Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be different. It's not about remote jobs or CVs or anything work related. It's personal. This is the little bit about me that I plan to share on this channel. So my baby is turning 1 soon, and I just felt like sharing this part of my story with you guys, which is my birth story. So I want to share what really happened and how it has shaped the person that I am, or should I say the person that I'm becoming. So if you've ever gone through something that has made you stop, and take time to reflect on your journey in life and, find strength to move further again, then this is for you. So before I got pregnant, I was already working, online as a virtual assistant. I was already offering my services as a virtual assistant, juggling different clients. I think I was working with about 3 to 4 clients at the time, um and I was doing so well. I was busy, active, and everything was going so well. And then, of course, I got married, and then before you know it, I was pregnant. And honestly, at first I was excited, but also really, really terrified. Like, I was like, oh my god, little Miriam is pregnant. I was really like, so something's actually growing inside me. This is amazing. Like, how am I going to handle this? Like, how am I going to, I was already thinking of how to protect this child that was growing inside me. I was thinking of so many things at a time. Like, if you could check my brain, it was going on a mile. Like, and I was also thinking of how I would juggle my business plus pregnancy. So I had to, like, slow down at some point, especially that first trimester. First trimester is always, the ghetto trimester. That's what they call it for my findings, due to the your body is just, especially if you're a first time mom, your body is going through lots of changes, because it's a new living thing, growing inside of you that has not been there before. So your body has to adjust to a lot of things. So my first trimester, I wasn't really falling sick, but the sickness was really, really minor. At first I had, a little bit of malaria. Oh, I thought it was malaria. So I went to the hospital, and no, I think I went for a test, because I wasn't having my monthly period, and then I went for a test, and after that I was pregnant, and then I was like, okay, I was terrified, of course, and then I moved on, and everything was going fine, and then I started having malaria symptoms. I was really sure that it was, even if I knew I was pregnant, I was still like, this has to be malaria. Pregnancy cannot be like this. Ah, funny me. So I went to the doctor, and I was like, "Ah, I have malaria." I went to the hospital, and I was like, I have malaria, but I'm also pregnant. And then they carried out some tests on me, and they were like, you don't have any malaria. It's just, pregnancy symptoms. My tongue was really bitter. Is it iron taste they call it? I don't know. If you know, you can just drop a comment in the comment section. It was really bitter. I was only spitting out. I could eat, but I could only eat really spicy food, really, really spicy food. And I wasn't throwing up or anything like that. I was really spitting out a lot. And if you know me, you know that I hated spitting. But this period, pregnancy humbled me. I was spitting out a lot because of the taste of my tongue or my mouth. And I could brush like 3 times in a day. 3 times in a day. As a virtual assistant working from home, let me not cast myself. Anyways, yeah, pregnancy made me to start brushing my teeth like 2 3 times in a day. Yeah. So then another thing happened. So I'm just going to give you very briefly. Another thing happened. I was, eating so much during my first trimester. I could not, I don't know, I could not control it. The times where I tried controlling it, I would feel like I wanted to faint, like I wanted to just collapse. If I skip a meal, I was eating so much that I even complained to my doctor, and they were like, it's part of it. So fast forward to my second trimester. Second trimester was a bit chilling, it was okay. And then third trimester came, and I was like, finally, it's time to get ready to start, to push out this baby. Yeah. So I think I was planning to, go into labor at 37 weeks. If only I knew. At 37 weeks, at most 38 weeks, I already told myself 37 weeks I'm ready. So at 36 weeks, I started doing all the things I could do to induce myself naturally, to go into natural labor. If you go online, you see a lot of advice on what to do to go into natural labor. What's it called? The dates, the okra, the exercise, the different kind of exercise that you should do, dancing, taking long walks. I did everything and more. I did everything, like name it, I did it just to make sure that um I, my baby will come early enough for me, because pregnancy is not easy. The weight on your waist, the changes in your body, and after 36, 37 weeks, my baby kept adding weight, and that was when my stomach was growing really, bigger. And, from, 0 to 37 weeks, I was like a slain pregnant woman, But you see, after that 37 weeks down to when I had my baby, okay, so from 38 weeks, yeah, I could not recognize myself, honestly. I don't know. I just changed. Like, I started adding so much weight. I started getting darker. I'm going to be sharing some clips in between this video. And my feet were swelling. I was especially from 30, after 38 weeks, I started getting weaker, so I had to go to my doctor and be like, I don't think I can cope anymore. The strength I had at 37, 38 weeks is reducing. I need to get this baby out. I need to, can you help me to go into labor? So then my doctor, said was going to induce me. I was really tired. I was like, no, 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 I can't do this no more. 39 weeks, my baby is not yet here, so it was like, okay, if we get to this point, we are going to induce you, right? I was the one that went for it. I was the one that begged for induction. So I was the one that begged for this induction. So then 30, the end of 39 weeks, so the dates came that I was supposed to get induced, which happened to be the 40th week, yeah. I was at 40 weeks on the particular date I was meant to be induced. And then I went to the hospital feeling okay. Finally, I get to see my baby. I get to be done with this pregnancy. I was really, really heavy. You guys, I was really, really heavy. It was difficult for me to move my body. Getting up from the bed was really difficult for me. Like, I didn't think I could wait any longer. Anyways, and my baby was accumulating weight. So one thing I didn't do was that I did not do a scan from 38 weeks to 40 weeks. I did not carry out any scan to know the weight of my child. I think the last scan I did was like, it was around 3.2 kg, right? So I didn't know that my baby was going to, add up so much weight within, that 3 weeks, So as a first time mom, there's a lot of things that you do not know. And it's sometimes it might end up affecting you like it did for me. So I went to the hospital to get induced, and the first one happened, and I think the catheter, what they call, the pipe thingy, I can't remember what it's called. If you know what it's called, for the moms out there, you can just drop it in the comment section. The first one happened. It was uncomfortable, but it was not painful. It happened, and then around afternoon period, and it didn't really have so much effect on me. It was just uncomfortable that something was, like a pipe, put a pipe in you, like I was walking around with it. So it was a bit uncomfortable. And then that one made me to, pass out the show, because when at the time I went to the hospital, 40 weeks pregnant, I had not, like, there was no contraction at all. I had gone to the hospital a day before to check if I was if I was a bit dilated, but nothing. Like, I was not even 1 centimeter dilated. So that got my doctor worried as well, that by this time you should be dilated, you should be at least a bit dilated, but nothing was happening. My baby was just there chilling, enjoying all the food she could get. All right, anyways, back to the induction story. Yeah, I where did I stop now? Yeah, so the first one happened. I was a bit uncomfortable, and but yeah, then the show came out. The what's it called? The membrane, right? That's covering the what's it called now? The cervix. Yeah, so that one came out, and I was like, okay, great. So labor is closed, right? And I was having a little bit of contractions, but it was just like maybe over 100. I'll say 5%, so it's not strong. And then they gave me the pill one. I've forgotten what they call it now, but that one, from what I heard or from what I read online, they said if you take that one, they give you that one, you go into, labor, everything will be fast, fast, fast. But then they gave it to me, then, I think half a pill, they gave it to me, and I didn't really feel anything, honestly. And then they gave me another one, another half, just in my tongue, and it will melt in your tongue. If you know what that is, can just drop in the comments and share more light to it. But yeah, they gave me the second one, and I just had like, it took me to about 10%, and I was having some contractions, but they were just not, they were not really strong. You know what I mean? Like strong enough to push out the baby. So prior to this, preparing to go into natural labor, I would take long walks, like really, really long walks. It's 1 kilometer, like really, really, I would push myself so hard. Like I would do exercise, I had the strength to, but after 9 weeks, like I said, there was no strength. So I could not do so much of that. So I don't know, maybe it was because I had, I pushed myself so much. Maybe that was why the inductions were not working. I don't know. Um I don't know. So after the second pill, the morning came. I think by daybreak, I was taken to the what's it called now, to the labor room, because I was in like another ward. Taken to the labor room to like so they could examine me to know how dilated I was. And then as at I think 6 a.m., I was 5 centimeter dilated. I was so happy. Oh my god, I'm close. I need to get to 10 centimeter before I can have my baby, right? No problem. Like, okay, okay, at least so these things actually worked. So I was expecting that, okay, by max by 12 noon, I should be done. Like, my baby should be out, and everywhere soft and everywhere smooth. So but that was not what happened, guys. That was not what happened. Moving on. Then I was given to hasten up everything. I was given oxytocin, right? Is that what they call it? Yeah, it's also a way to induce, the injection. Yeah, I was given oxytocin. Everything was strapped. I could hear my baby's heartbeat. I could, my heartbeat was also, they were checking everything. My baby's heartbeat was good, fine, and strong. Then contractions started, it was increasing, right? Because that one is supposed to be what I call fire for fire, like hot, hot. Oxytocin is nobody's meat, and I will never try it again. Okay, moving on. So um then I would, the constructions kept getting, more and more stronger and stronger, and at some point I was already getting tired. Like I was already getting like, when the pain comes, I'll tell them to like check. I was begging the doctors to actually, like, the midwives, to actually like check if I was already dilated. I was tired, like, what's taking so much time, like, why is this not? And then they would check, and then they would say, okay, 8 centimeter, and I was like, okay, I'm close. The fact that I was looking up to the fact, I was getting strength from the fact that I was getting close to my 10 centimeter, right? So when I finally hit 10 centimeter, the contraction was really, I think my water broke around um like around 12-ish, and I was around like 9 centimeter or something when my water broke, and what's it called now, the contractions was, at this point, was really, really strong. I was in so much pain, and you know at some point they checked, and I was at 9 centimeter, and then they said I should just, do some little squats and, get back to the bed. So I did, and I felt like, oh my god, I felt like my baby was going to come out at that position. But I don't know why in Nigeria, I don't know why, I feel like Nigerian doctors do not like to, birth a child in that position when you're squatting, right? Like, I don't know so much about it. I'm just saying anyways, I'm not so sure. of other hospitals, maybe the hospital that I used. So I would like, oh my god, my baby, I could feel my baby's head coming out. She's gonna come out, and I'm like, no, 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 get back to the bed, and I would get back to the bed, and the contraction would just reduce, like it was not as strong anymore. So, and then I finally got to 10 centimeter, and then at some point again, um, they were like, oh, I can see your baby's hair, I can see your baby's head. Do you get? And it's time for you to push. And then I started pushing, but she would it would feel like she wants to come out, and then it to feel like something is pulling her backwards. So I was asked to squat again, and this time around, trust me, it was so difficult. Oh my god, it was so painful. And yeah, I had to just say, okay, I'm going to do this one more time, and then we're going to push, right? And they were like, yes. So I had to, like, just look for the strength. See, this life, you never know how strong you are until being strong is the only thing that you have to do. Like, you bring that inner strength from you. So that is why you honestly, with everything I share, with challenges that people are going through, just try your best not to give up. Like, look for your inner strength, and if you know that you want to achieve a goal, just look for that inner strength and keep pushing. Don't give up. Okay. Let me go back to my story. So I did the sport again, and oh my god, this was so painful. I felt like I was going to give birth right there. Went back to the bed, and the same thing happened. So I was giving very quickly. I was giving. My doctor tried to help me by using the suction, right, to pull out my baby's head, a bit, so that maybe there was something at the first time mom. Maybe it was just a bit difficult, and it didn't work. It was, I felt the force pulling her out, but she went back, and then I was given an episiotomy, the tear to, create a bit of space, especially for first time moms. And that didn't work as well. So my doctor quickly suggested I went for an emergency CS. See guys, at this point, hey, your girl was already tired, like, and it started a day before. Okay, let me just say the main thing started around like 6 a.m. This time it was already, I think we're already like, it's already like 3 p.m. at this point in time, and my husband was there with me all this while. Like, what is happening? What's going on? Holding my hands, doing all it could to support me. So the doctor was like, okay, we have to go for an emergency CS, and I skipped something. The oxytocin was still it was still plugged to my body. So, they even had to increase it to about, I think I was hearing like 150 or something. They had to increase it. I should know that they had to increase it. And so at this point, I felt like I had too much induction or oxytocin, whatever, inside my bloodstream, that the pain was now excruciating. Like, it was so much. I can be a normal labor pain, I think, from what I passed through. But you see that induction, oh my god, run away from it. Dear first time moms out there, just run away from it, because it is fire for fire. That's my description. That's my, what I'm just using to describe it. It's really, really hot. It's really, really painful, So, and so they have to like remove, everything. They remove dates, and then they ask my husband to sign. At that point, I was like, be fast, sign what you need to sign. They have to like do some. I'm like, I can, because the construction was coming. It was coming, but they were like, I cannot push. Do you get? Because I already tried to push and it wasn't coming out, so they didn't want me to push anymore. So I had to hold it back. I had to hold it in. Oh my god. For those that are not yet married, you don't want to know, the ladies out there, you don't want to know what that felt like holding back when your baby really wants to come out, like, and with oxytocin inside of your bloodstream, like, very painful. So very quickly, I was just trying to tell them to be fast with everything they are doing, because it was emergency. The theater was not already set up, so they had to go and ahead and set up everything. So they were taking a bit of time. To me, I felt like they were taking so much time, because I was in so much pain and I was getting weak. To the point that my husband was really scared, because I was, feeling faint and all of those things. So around the time when I was in the bed and I was like, I don't know, what would happen next. Like, I was really scared for my life. Literally, really, really scared for my life. It got me thinking, that, I still have a lot to achieve. I still have a lot that I haven't done, so that just lead me to saying, if you have anything that you are trying to build, just do it. You never know what tomorrow is going to bring. You understand? So just start now. Stop procrastinating that project that you're trying to bring to life. Like this YouTube channel, I've been saying I'm going to, start it since even before I got married, like, when I was still in school. And then my excuses were I didn't have enough gadgets, the right gadgets. I didn't have this, that, but that experience just made me to realize that just start the way you are, like just do it, just start. Even if it is rough. And if you check the first video that I ever uploaded on this channel, you would see that, this is not, what I look like. I was looking darker, really darker, and really heavily pregnant. So I just had to start, and even when I shot the video, I didn't post it until after childbirth, like after the whole experience. That was what I was like, okay, I'm going to post it. I'm going to, even it's not looking nice, not looking great, the editing was not it. I posted it like that. Like that is me, that is my experience, right? That is my journey, you understand? So yeah, don't allow you know anything to stop you from building what you want to build. As long as you believe in it, just go ahead and start. Even if it is not looking all perfect yet, just go ahead and start, you understand? So yeah, it finally happened. I was moved to the theater and I was just like, Jesus help me, Jesus help me, Jesus help me. Everybody was praying and kabashing, and doing what they could to support me in the way they knew how to. And then I was taken to the theater, and I just give glory to God, because I was taken to the theater and that thing happened where they were like, they couldn't find my vein, because they needed to give me the thing that they put in you so that you don't feel any pain. I'm going to just put it when I remember it, maybe while editing the video. So they had to put that in me, and so I don't feel any pain while they're carrying out the CS on my body. But it wasn't going in, and I just heard somebody saying behind me, I can't see a vein. I've never had this issue before. And I was like, what's going on? And then I started praying, saying, God, do not forsake me, do not forsake me. I'm sharing this because this is me. This is me. This is the part of me that I just felt like sharing, and I felt like somebody might actually gain something from this, especially new moms out there. Sometimes you feel like you have all the information that you need to have, but I felt like for me, if I had done a scan before going into the theater, it would have helped me. After everything, they were able to put the stuff in my body that will help me not feel any pain, and they carried out the CS, and it was successful. I heard my babies cry. Oh my god, amazing! Oh, that moment was, oh my god, amazing, amazing. And then they brought her to me, my chick, and then she stopped crying. And so just so beautiful. And and the doctor was like, it's not your fault, we're so sorry, but your baby's, the cord was tied around her neck, and your baby was of a big size. I was just like, well, I'm grateful to God that it was a success. So I'm just like sharing this, like I said, for you guys to just know this part of me, of my story, my journey, and the fact that my baby will be one soon. Oh my god, how time flies, guys. Like, just last year I was heavily pregnant, and now she's gonna be one soon. She's a beautiful, happy, joyful baby. So please drop happy birthday in the comment section. Thank you very much for my baby girl. So yeah, if you're going through any hardship in life, just hold on, look for your inner strength. Like when I was on the table and they were trying to put in that thing to help me not feel pain, I was still having contractions and I had to hold it, because you have to stay still for them to put it in your body, you understand? So I had to stay still and hold it in. It was very difficult, guys. For moms out there that know about this, they'll know that they'll understand what I'm trying to say, So um yeah, life comes with so many, ups and downs, and it's not always a straight road, but if you're trying to apply for a job and you've been applying and you're not getting anything, you've applied for about 50. I've been there anyways, and you're not getting anything. Do not give up. You can stop, reflect, re-strategize what is working, what is not working. You can even ask for help. You can, contact me on my WhatsApp number to, talk to me about how I can actually help you. It's not always free. And, get help, the help that you need, and strategize, repackage yourself and shoot again. Like, try to apply for those, for jobs again. Don't just give up and be like, nothing is working for me. Look for your inner strength and keep pushing. Right. And even now I'm still, navigating the life of being a mom, and also trying to juggle work and, my YouTube channel. And, it's going quite well. It's not awesome, but yeah, coping with it. And moms out there can tell you what it's like to try to build a career and also take care of the child, especially from that age 0 to 1. It's something. But yeah, I'm really grateful to God, and I hope to keep serving you guys by, posting more valuable things on this channel. So this is my story, my bed story. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. Bye. Do not forget to subscribe. Yes, do not forget to support the community by subscribing, like, and share to first time moms or moms to be out there. In fact, even first time dads or dads to be, you all need to learn, and maybe gain one or two from this. You try to do scan before you go into labor, before you take your wife to the hospital. Try, if it's possible, try to do. I always advise people to do scan before they go into labor, except if your labor happens naturally, and I do not advise induction. Especially oxytocin, I do not advise it at all. But if it works for you, that's also fine. This is just my story. I'm not a medical personnel, so I don't know. Maybe it was just my body. I don't know. But yeah, I give glory to God. Anyways, thank you very much. Bye.